Hi YouTube, I'm Tandy, the Pioneer Guy. I've recently made a Patreon where you can help me make content full-time. That Patreon link's going to be in the description below. If you like the video here on YouTube, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button at the end. Thanks for watching. Hi YouTube, Tandy here, playing another deck through a Pioneer League. Today's deck on the docket, we have Days Undoing, 3-mana sorcery. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library, then draws 7 cards. Very Time Twister-esque if you're old school Magic player. But Days Undoing, combined with Narset Parter Avails, is quite the back-breaking combination against a lot of decks. Now, it's kind of hard to set up. It takes 6 mana, and your opponent needs to not have access to a removal spell for the Narset. But Narset replaces itself automatically, which is great. And the Days Undoing can be cast in a pinch if your opponent is a graveyard deck or something like that. The downside, obviously, it says if it's your turn in the turn. So it's not quite Time Twister, and you don't really want to cast this too often with Narset in play because you in the turn and your opponent gets the first crack at a fresh hand of 7 cards. But when you combine it with Narset, they don't get 7 cards. So you do, and that's kind of the gist of this deck, right? The strength of the deck, I think, really comes from Thing in the Ice, and we've seen this a lot in Izzet Phoenix, these, 1-mana spell decks that play a bunch of removal, kill your opponent's creatures a bunch, and then they transform Thing in the Ice and start smashing head. And I think that Thing in the Ice is just a really, really powerful card in Pioneer in general, but in this deck, it's the core of the deck. Combine that with really efficient card draw like Ops, Consider, Expressive Iteration, and Treasure Cruise, and you've got a recipe for a control deck that can really grind out the game. Now, outside of Thing in the Ice, we do have a couple more threats at the top end. We got 1 copy of Niv-Mizzet Parun. This is a old school Guilds of Ravnica card that was really powerful when it was in Standard. Hasn't seen a ton of play in Pioneer, but I'm hoping that'll change because I love this little guy. It's like my favorite little guy. And then we have 2 copies of Crackling Drake, which is an excellent finisher when combined with Treasure Cruise. You get to exile your whole graveyard and you don't get punished. A lot of cards like this in the past only counted graveyard, so the fact that this doesn't care about the graveyard at all is a huge plus. Our interaction, our early removal, we have 4 copies of Fiery Impulse, 4 copies of Flame Blessed Bolt. I don't think we're going to be doing too well against Winota today, but hopefully we don't play against it. Anyway, the sideboard, we have some cool stuff going on. Mystical Disputes, 1 copy of Hullbreaker Horror, which is a grown-up Thing in the Ice, as I like to think of it. This card is kind of broken in Standard, so it only makes sense that in Pioneer it could be good as well. I played against it a few times, and it's been pretty good against me every time I played against it. Blink of an Eye is an interesting choice for interaction, but I do like the nature of cycling it during the mid-game for 4 mana, or just having a bounce spell for 2 mana. Something like Brazen Borrower might be slightly better, but I kind of like the idea of Blink of an Eye personally. 3 Aether Gust, 3 Anger the God to sweep up those early threats, and then 3 Raze the Effigy is basically just a 1-mana shatter. 1-mana shatter, that's all. Mana base is pretty straightforward. Bunch of blue and red dual lands, 2 copies of Hall of the Storm Giants, no copies of Wandering Fumarole. Not sure how I feel about it, but Hall of the Storm Giants has proven its worth over the last couple months, so I'm pretty happy with it. Anyway, that's the deck. Is it Days Undoing? Let's go ahead and get to the matches. Wow, no land in my opener in a deck that I just created or whatever in the deck builder. Okay, not to be a shuffle truther. I'm going to pause for a second. Not to be a shuffle truther. But almost every single day that I stream, I build a new deck and I play it in a league. And my opening hand has 0 lands a lot. A lot. And I don't know if it's just a bad shuffle algorithm or whatever, but I just want you to know that I've played a lot of Magic Online over the years. Whenever I just build a deck, I used to go into the fucking practice room, start a solitaire game, and just mulligan to 0, right? Just to like virtually shuffle the deck or whatever. I stopped doing it, but I just notice a lot that my opening hand has no lands when I first start a league. And that's all I'm saying. All right, well, another unplayable. Let's go to 5, I guess. Okay. I guess we had to put back Boink. They showed me Luris. Maybe I gotta put back T-Cruise. Playing against Baymax. I'm gonna keep the lands. Maybe I should have only kept 2 lands though, huh? You'd be interested to know what the shuffle algorithm looks like? Yeah. My guess is it's bad. My guess is it's 40 years old and outdated. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this Alseid. It's gonna protect something else. We could wait for them to try to put some sort of enchantment on it, I guess. I don't know. See if they play Light Paws. Alright, there's a Light Paws. We gotta find an answer now. Now, we can let them suit this up and hit me for like 20 or 18 or whatever, I guess. I'm at 18. We might... I think I'm just going to play Thing in the Ice. I'm going to let them hit me for a big amount real quick. And then I'm just going to bounce it. Kai's Ghost Form gets fucked by bounce spells, which is sick. Now, with that said, they could go 2 enchantments on it and then have the +2/+2 thing. And in that case, scary time. But they almost always go get Ghost Form first because that protects them. But they might actually go get Theor Armor. Yeah. Alright, well, I wonder if I'm going to lose now because I didn't... I mean, I guess it didn't matter, right? Now I have Thing in the Ice, so I have potential to bounce it again. And next turn, I'm not taking lethal, maybe. Yo, what up, Seeker? Alright, we'll put it on top. We'll let him go get something. Put on the Light Paws. I hope it's not like hexproof or something. Maybe it's unblockable. Grist Boon? That's fine. Alright, well, if they have the +2 thing, I'm dead. But I was dead no matter what I did, so. Classic Light Paw strat. Oh, it worked! Holy shit! Yeah, Neo did some dirty stuff. I agree. All right, let's go. Thing in the Ice. Let's maybe even transform now if we hit something, so we can start attacking. But maybe not. We'll see. Graveyard. Yes, graveyard. Another blink of an eye. Oh, I've been here, Seeker. It's glad to have you back, baby. Full-time streaming again. Started back in January. Having a blast so far. Pioneer's been fun. Neon Dynasty added a lot to the sets, or added a lot to the format. Absolutely loving it. All right, well. I should probably be attacking. I've missed 14 points of damage. Trying to get an extra blink. Extra bounce. Alerts is triple dad? Yeah, it's getting bounced, if you know what I mean. Light Paws, that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna let this flip, and then I'm gonna kill it again. No, I'm not. I'll just wait. It's fine. Alright, let's consider. I should have waited again, I think. Graveyard. Narset. That's pretty good. I'm gonna attack for 7. And then I have another blink of an eye, so I'll just go for Narset. Another Narset, I guess. Yeah, I think I punted this game a little. I might still win, but I think I punted. Light pause. All right, so we'll take Days Undoing. We'll go bolt this thing. Attack for 7 and then cast Days Undoing, so they go to like no cards in hand. We're doing it, chat. We're doing it. Is Days Undoing our only shuffle for bottoming things with Narset? I don't know. I guess so. There's not a whole lot of shuffling in this format. That's kind of why it's great. Fuck him up! Yeah, you're right, Rebel. The fact that Days Undoing actually is bad with Crackling Drake is a little awkward. I'll say that. Alright, 2 more blinks coming in. Do I want Anger the Gods? Not really. Maybe anything like that is good, though. But they get out of anger range too quickly, I think. I don't know if this is actually that good of a matchup for Days Undoing. It's like pretty bad on its own. We can grind them out pretty well. But I think that the Days Undoing Narset play that we had last game, it was obviously great, but it was maybe unnecessary. They'll likely have some portable holes or something similar to deal with Thing in the Ice, so I don't want to cut my Crackling Drakes. I could maybe cut Niv. I kind of want the Hullbreaker Horror, though. What do you think, chat? What do you cut? Rattlesnake, it's basically just a 1-mana destroy artifact. 1-mana shatter. Breaker over Niv. I do like Hullbreaker over Niv. That's cool. But I do want these 2 blinks. And I think I'm going to cut 2 Days Undoing. My most recent article that I wrote yesterday went up. And people seem to like it. It's the state of the game for Pioneer after Neon Dynasty. That's true, Daddy Thick. That's true. Hullbreaker Horror can bounce. Something that's been suited up. Alright, we'll start with Flame Blessed. I'm going to say go. I don't want them to be able to go Light Pause plus a thing. So we'll just wait 1 turn before we play Thing in the Ice. This is a cast trigger, so I'm going to go ahead and pop it. Then we'll try to draw a 1-mana thing for Thing in the Ice. I could have waited 1 turn. I need me a Thought Scour pronto. 2 Treasure Cruisers in hand, a little weak. We also got a new YouTube page with all of our VODs cleaned up for your viewing perusal? Your perusal, that's the word. Maybe I should put... I'm going to put the game count on the bottom. Let's move this out the way a little. Down here. How's that look? Looks fine. Alright, Light Pause. Excellent. I can definitely beat that. I can definitely beat that card, chat. Portable Hole, as expected. That's fine. And no play from them. Maybe they have the protection spell. Maybe that was their plan all along. I'm gonna kill it. I don't know. It's like missing damage. Just make them have it. Don't let them draw a card. They might find it. And I don't want to take the extra 2 damage if they do have it from the +2/+2. What's the name of that card? +2/+2 and hexproof. I guess it doesn't even work on Light Paws that well if I could deal 4 damage to it. But I guess I'm only doing damage in increments of 2 or whatever. Alright, Lurrus it is. Let's see if I can draw land for Cruise or consider. Selfless Savior is really good with, what you calls it? A classic Jace's Ingenuity. Karametra's Blessing, that's the one. It only works if they're enchanted or they're an enchantment creature. Yeah, that's right. But it still gets +2/+2, so it can still dodge my removal. Alright, so here's Lurrus. We're gonna go Blink of an Eye, targeting Selfless Savior, and then Flame Blast Bolt the Lurrus, I guess. They played SRAM. Interesting. So let's go bounce this with Kicker, and then hopefully they sack it. I don't really want it to go back to their hand, but if I do it for 2, they'll just let it go back. Alright, so we'll kill the Lurrus, say go. We'll try to opt into maybe a land for Hullbreaker Horror, and then we have to sweat the SRAM for a turn. But they can't chain it, right? Not easily. Light Paw just lets you do it for free. SRAM, you got to draw like a couple in a row, and then you could just miss. Selfless Savior is fine. Can't respond anyway. Attack Doge, yeah. Put that Doge in attack mode. Alright, let's just opt. I know what I want. I don't really want that, I don't think. We found the land. So as long as they don't make this bigger than a 7/8, we can just block it and force them to pop Selfless Savior. But if they do make it bigger than a 7/8, we can use Blink of an Eye on it, you know? But it is whenever they have cast their thing, not whenever they resolve it. So they would main phase all their enchantments here, so it's pretty clear they don't have another one. But I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit to go ahead and get my Hullbreaker Horror down. We're gonna let them have a draw step. All right, here we go. See if they attack, and then after we get Hullbreaker Horror down, if it sticks, I think the game ends. We'll see though. As long as it doesn't die. So I think the only way I lose is if they've drawn back-to-back Karametra's Blessings for +2/+2 each time. So I think because of that specifically, I'm going to block the Selfless Savior. Because if I block the SRAM, they're just going to sack Selfless Savior anyway. This deals me 3 damage instead of 1 damage. Or maybe even 0 damage, but I don't lose to... Oh, never mind, it's a 7/8 anyway. I'm dumb. They could channel a Ganjo as well, something like that. There's a couple little things they could do. So I think this is just a safer block. Now I'm in great shape. It is a 7/8, not a 7/7, so that's just my fault. All right, so let's go Thing in the Ice. Turn SRAM to hand. Attack for 7. And then we'll hold up Blink as a protection spell / bounce spell or whatever. We could Treasure Cruise, but I'd rather just wait a turn and hold up Blink. I don't think we can lose too easily. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bounce this with Kicker to trigger Thing, and we can probably... Let's just do none. Nice. Opponent didn't show me a companion. I think I'll keep. I think you just have to keep some hands like this, especially on the draw. If you don't draw a land, I mean, you're just screwed, I guess, but... What is Mantra's format this month? I'm unsure. Unsure. Alright, well, hopefully this is a matchup where Thing in the Ice is good. They're playing the Abzan race cars. Abzan DMV. Alright, we'll say go, and we'll look for a red source here. But mostly just any land will do. You heard it's modern? Ooh. If you want to check out Mana Traders, !Mana Traders in chat will give you a link to their website and a coupon code if you want to check out their rental service for Magic Online. It's a great way to play Magic on the cheap. Use code TANDYMTG to get 15% off your first 2 months. Helps me too, because I get a little kickback. And it's not just a kickback for the first 2 months either. As long as you're using my coupon code on Mana Traders, I get a piece of the action every single month. Usually get like $1 or $2 per person every month. It's a big benefit for me in the stream. I'll put this on bottom. We drew the land. We drew the land, chat! We're in business. Alright, well, we can't transform Thing in the Ice next turn, so if they just cast Greasefang and hit me with a Aether Gust Chariots, it's not going to feel too good. It's not going to feel that good. But hopefully we'll stem the bleeding a little bit, play a couple draw spells, look for, I don't know, something. Do I block? What am I afraid of? I think I block. I don't know if there's a -3/-3 or something like that. Alright, they're probably going to Grizzly Salvage, so I don't want to do anything crass. But I probably will Flame Blast Bolt the Stitcher Supplier and then double consider, and then next turn I'll Expressive and flip. Something like that. Cycle Triumph. That's fine. Very good. Unfortunately, Flame Blast Bolt doesn't kill Greasefang, but it is a great card. If only we could play 8 Fire Impulses, though, I think I'd be happier. At this point, though, we can take 1 hit from the Chariot, so the Thing in the Ice transform is going to be quite good. What do I not want them to have? The Stitchers or the Wayfinder? I guess Wayfinder, when it dies after I bounce it, will get to mill again. So maybe I just kill the Stitchers. Then we have to bounce Wayfinder. We can instead maybe find something off Consider that can kill the Wayfinder so they don't get it back in hand. Post main Greasefang. Okie dokie. We'll keep the Consider so we can flip it instant speed on their turn. Put that one in the graveyard, though. Ain't nobody got time for all that. I might be able to just flip again next turn. I'm going to go ahead and Consider. I probably should have gone for Expressive Iteration, though, but I wanted to get this other Thing in the Ice on the table. I can actually Treasure Cruise this turn, too. And then next turn it'll be pretty easy, because I can snap bottom the Consider. I know, Shoutius, I know. It's not my fault. I didn't choose my coupon code. I should probably say something to him, right? Wayfinder time. Eska's Chariot, not going to do it. Thing in the Ice looking to put them in the dirt. Expressive Iteration. Plus Blink of an Eye next turn is a guaranteed flip, and an attack for 14 should close it out. I can take even a big hit from. I think I'm at 18, so I can actually take a hit from Parhelion. Ricardo, I believe they have great customer service. I think if you message them and ask if you can get 2 months for cheaper because you want to support Tandy, they will likely do it for you. They're very, very nice about that kind of thing. Extremely nice about that kind of thing. They may not, though. So I want to prepare you for, they already have you, right? If you've been on them for a year, they already got you. So they might say no. Oh yeah, Thing in the Ice is a true G. All right, let's see if we can, I mean, they're dead. They're tapped out. Got them. Let's put Thing in hand, land on bottom, Impulse on exile. Target or whatever, doesn't matter. Blink, bounce. Attack for 14, bro. Alright, Anger of the Gods is pretty decent here. Aether Gust is not that great because it doesn't interact with Greasefang. We could Raze the Effigy. That's not a bad way to deal with the Parhelion. It's kind of bad against the other one, though. So I kind of want these. The spot removal is actually kind of bad. The Flame Blessed Bolts specifically are not that good. Even though they exiling their 1 and 2 drop creatures doesn't do anything. We just really need to kill Greasefang is all. Greasefang is what, a 4/3? Days Undoing is actually kind of hilarious. Maybe we have to board out some of our threats. I think Thing in the Ice is good. Crackling Drake and Niv are for different types of matchups than this one. Maybe we just cut Narsets as well. They have a lot of little guys that are, that are annoying. Maybe I don't want 4 Blink of an Eye, but maybe I do. Need a promo version called Tandy in the Ice? Yeah. Ryan says, if you use Tandy 20,000, will they pay my rent? Maybe. You gotta ask nicely, though. I agree, Tyler, but, like, then I can untap an Anger of the Gods. I just can't get hit by it. I just can't get hit by it. It keeps the angels from getting made, too. Like, this, it's not great, but it's fine. Alright, we'll trim 1 Daze and 1 Narset. At this point, like, all you need to do is slow them down a little bit, because you have Thing in the Ice, you have Anger of the Gods, you have ways to interact, but you just need to make sure that you don't die. And Raze helps make sure you don't. We don't really have... We're not really building anything, and we don't have any interactions, so I'm going to mull. This hand's a keeper. I'm going to put back, I guess, an Impulse. I'll try to save the Impulse for Greasefang if I can. I don't really want to play the Impulse yet, so I'm going to start with Thing in the Ice. Go and get my haul down so it's not tapped later. What's up, Ivinson? Doing pretty good, mate. Hope you're doing all right. All right, well, I'm not afraid of too much for black-white with nothing in the graveyard. So we're going to play Thing in the Ice and hope it doesn't get pushed. Alright, no push. That's a good start. We have Raze the Effigy now also to protect from Greasefang. But a Greasefang on this turn doesn't do anything because they don't have anything in the graveyard. We really do want to hit a land next turn off of the Expressive. So much so that I may not even cast it because I may need to hold up Blink plus a removal spell or something, or Raze the Effigy. We'll see what they do though. Alright, main phase the Grizzly Salvage. That means they probably just drew the green source this turn. So they put Parhelion in the grave. So they took Branch Loft. Yeah, I can't really afford to get hit by the Parhelion, so I don't think I can... Alright, we'll just say play land and say go. We can hold up Raze the Effigy. Consider Impulse Blink. A lot of different ways to interact. Thought sees you. Okay. We have a lot of ways to interact, so I'm going to let them have their pick. Most of them are situational. My guess is they'll take Fire Impulse, but I'm actually fine with them taking anything. The card I don't want them to take is Expressive Iteration. Alright, so they took Raze, that's fine. So now they can go Branch Loft plus Greasefang, and then we just have to bounce the Greasefang. I guess we can actually go Consider plus Impulse. Let me put a stop on their main phase so I don't click through. Yep, here comes Greasy. One greasy boy. Alright, so we'll go Let It Resolve. And then we'll go Consider plus Impulse. I'll put that in my graveyard. Alright, let's go for Expressive. We really want to land here. Alright, we'll put Opt in our hands. They're just gonna Parhelion me next turn, so I think I just go this in hand, this on bottom, this in exile, and then we just say go. And they'll go for Greasefang Parhelion, and I'll just opt and bounce it all. Now, if they go to kill the thing in the ice before they play Greasefang, we're maybe in a little bit of trouble. Maybe in a little bit of trouble. Tire Bulge, that's our new sponsor. Next Ridge Games, make sure to check them out. Alright, so they get Parhelion back, and it's going to go to hand if they don't activate it. So they're going to activate it, we're going to opt. If we get Fatal Push here in response, I'm going to throw up in my mouth. Oh, thank God. Alright, if it's not a red source, I'm probably bottoming it. Nah, I kind of want to bottom it anyway. Maybe the Angers are bad, actually. Maybe the Angers are bad. Alright, they found another Parhelion. That's super scary. We're not going to anger. We're going to hold up Blink of an Eye with Kicker. Blink of an Eye has been kind of lit, yeah? So I'm going to let them play Greasefang, get back Parhelion, and then I'm going to bounce Parhelion to their hand, I think. Or I can just bounce the Greasefang back to their hand, But I kind of want to deal with the Greasefang permanently with the Anger of the Gods. And they may play another creature, you know, another 1-drop or whatever, so... So what do I do, chat? So I let them trigger Parhelion. I think I'm just going to bounce the Greasefang. This is like a pretty big time walk, and it puts it back in their hand on the Parhelion. They have a couple can't stay aways. So killing the Greasefang doesn't actually accomplish much. Alright, we'll play the Pathway so that we can blink plus opt. But playing the Spirebluff is not that bad. And just saving the opt for a turn. You know, because we could main phase the opt and look for Treasure Cruise or something. That might be better. Likar doing lit things? Yeah. Classic thing in the ice. 5 reveal no Parhelion, so they're kind of stuck with a Parhelion or 2 rotting away in their hands. Let's see which one they pick. Not really, Roy. It makes a version of the creature that has, if this would leave play, exile it. I wish it exiled it and made a token, but I guess this way is slightly cleaner. It just has some weird reminder text on it or whatever. Voice Resurgence. All right, let's opt in response. We'll anger next turn and then hold up blink for 2. I don't really have time to play the Narset. We'll graveyard the land. Fire Impulse is good. But this one's kind of scary normally. But we have the anchor, luckily. All right, so now we have the blink up still. If they are able to put Parhelion on the graveyard, we can just do what we've been doing. And we can either bounce it, or we can bounce the Greasefang based on their sequencing and whether or not they have another creature in play with 4 power. It is a little bit of a weird card, Roy. I agree. Maybe they should have made it an enchantment, but then it couldn't be flashbacked. I don't know. I don't think the exile clause really matters that much, but it's there to prevent like chains with like Eternal Witness or whatever. But I think that chains with Eternal Witness are fine in general. All right, another Stitchers. So they're gonna play Greasefang as a blocker, I guess. They don't even have anything in the grave. We'll just anger and kill them. Don't cast Days Undoing, Todd. Don't cast Days Undoing. Oh, they didn't even give me a chance to mess up. Good start to the day. Here we are for round number 3. Sounds pretty good. No companion, so they might not have creatures. I think I'll lead with untapped Steam Vents so I can have the option to kill something or play Consider. Is Ral the Ancestors still a good deck in the format? I have never seen Ral the Ancestors be good in Pioneer. Not to my knowledge, anyway. All right, we'll wait as long as we can to play the Pathway, because we don't know necessarily what colors we need just yet. Obviously not casting Iteration this turn. We'll hold up Consider plus Impulse for their 2-drop. Although if they're 2-drop, ooh, it's this deck. Even better. I was hoping it was not Winota. I'm glad it's not Winota, because I don't think we can beat Winota. No. I would like to draw Flame Blessed Bolt. Thank you very much. I don't know if I gamble. Kind of want to gamble. Need to hit a red source. If I miss, I'll just put something in my hand and then Flame Blast Bolt this. I need to kill this, and I need to exile this right now. Alright, so let's do Opt to Hand, another Flame Blast on the bottom, Stormcarved Coast. Stormcarved. I guess I could have exiled the Flame Blast and then played Spirebluff Canal. That might have been better. We don't actually need to land that much. Trail of Crumbs is a good one, but they don't have a way to sacrifice stuff just yet. Ah, shit. Narset is good, but it doesn't actually stop the Trail of Crumbs, so I don't think it's quite good enough here. But we're going to go for Opt, and then Narset look for Days Undoing, so we can cancel out all their things. They missed. Okay. Alright, we'll take the Days Undoing, threaten that for next turn. Play this as a red source. I'm going to EOT put this in their hand, I think. Corvold's fine. Corvold actually doesn't draw cards under Narset either, so... No, Abrupt Decay, please. Meathook Massacre. That one's okay. Alright, so we'll draw 7. They get 1. We pass the turn. Witch's Oven. Alright, we'll consider in response and look for a Flame Blessed Bolt. Do I keep? I think I put it in the graveyard. We're kind of flush. I guess I just wait. This is not something I can do too much about, honestly. It was a good 1 card. Play Hall. Play another Narset. Alright, so next turn we can bounce the Witch's Oven, EOT, and then we can Flame Blast Bolt the Cauldron Familiar. Maybe. Maybe something like that, you know? I hate this food deck. Destroy them? I'm trying. I'm trying. They hit the Narset. That's good for me. Alright, let's go ahead and bounce the Witch's Oven. We could have bolted when they brought it back EOT. Oh, for some reason I thought because they had the food token we couldn't, so maybe. You're probably right. That's my bad. Do we want another treasure cruise? Take an iteration since we already have a cruise. But you're right. That was just a mistake on my part. Alright, we'll just go ahead and Days Undoing, I guess. Let's see. Play Hall. Play Days. And then they're going to bring back the Familiar in response. Otherwise, it's going to shuffle. And then in response to that, we can Flame Blast Bolt it. That's a good draw, too. We can play Magic forever, chat. Just shuffle it all back in every time. All right, we'll take, I guess, Flame Blast Bolt. I don't know. All right, I'm not even going to tick up on this one, I think. We'll just play this tapped and say go. EOT will play Opt, or we'll play Flame Blast Bolt or something. They keep getting heated off the top of their one card. I know, it's kind of gross. The Mihook Massacres might be what ends up killing me, to be honest. Another big-ass Mihook Massacre, okay. Put it on top. Blink is one of the easiest ways I have to deal with this shit. In fact, I might even bounce this food token. Let's crank on him a little. Need to find like Thing in the Ice or something similar. All right, let's go Expressive, look for a threat. The Days Drake Wombo is funny. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. So we'll put Impulse in hand, Island and Pathway. Play this as a red. Not being able to find a threat off Narset kind of sucks. I would like to have like one Shark Typhoon in the deck, I think. Still just looking for... Alright, that in hand, bottom, here's Thing. I guess we'll play another Narset. Say go. My hand is a lot of removal against a deck that doesn't have a lot of creatures. I will put Days in hand, Blink on the bottom, opt off to exile. I don't plan on casting it anytime soon. We'll go Impulse this one. Flame Blast Bolt this one. All right. So in this matchup, they're not playing the version with Karn the Great Creator because they have Korvold, I think. Anger is not that good, but I kind of like having both Flame Blast and Fire Impulse since they can answer different things, and they're likely going to have a bunch of that kind of shit in their deck. I do think that Hullbreaker, Niv are good, but I think Crackling Drake is also fine. So I kind of am thinking of cutting these. The Narsets are good, though, I think. Blink felt mediocre at best. I mean, it felt fine as like a way to put something back in their hand. Let's see. Gust Stops, Mayhem Devil, Goose, Korvold, Trail of Crumbs. Yeah. Gust is coming in. I'm just trying to figure out what to cut. Don't need Raze. This might be Blink. I don't have a whole lot of ways to deal with Korvold, though, so maybe I have to keep some number. But maybe the Days Undoing stuff is just not that good. They have a lot of engines that sit in play. And I have plenty of card draw. But maybe I only had plenty of card draw because of the Days Undoing. There's also a weird spot where after Sideboard, maybe even main deck, they probably have Abrupt Decay. So if I go for a Days Undoing and they Abrupt Decay Narset, that's bad. Bad. Alright. This is fine. Our 6 Narset might get there, yeah. You can also check out another of our sponsors, Dynamo Collectibles, !Dynamo in chat. Get you a link to his eBay store. He's a purveyor of fine wares, old school video games, all sorts of awesome collectability things. Maybe I keep all 3 lands and put back Narset. I don't hate that, actually. I like the Stormcarved Coast, but I don't want to play it tapped on 1. I want to be able to fire Impulse on 1 if I need to. Are y'all digging the vibes, chat? Are you digging the vibes? Do you like this Izzet deck? We haven't lost a game yet. I kind of like it. Thought you. Alright. They'll probably take Iteration. We'll probably lead with Island so we can opt. Only Cold Anvil. That one's a tough one. That one's a tough one to beat, chat. T. Cruz found. Blink of an eye. Okay. Maybe I need the Days Undoing so I can do the Blink plus Narset Days Undoing combo. Interesting. It's just hard to keep those types of engines off the board. We don't have a whole lot of ways to interact with. I guess I can bring in Raze. I actually just forgot. Raze is probably good in the matchup because they have Only Cold and Witch's Oven. Big punts for me. Jesus Christ. Little Bonaparte! Gang away! Thanks for the 5 gifted subs, my man. Appreciate you. We're going to play this Narset. Do we take T-Cruise or Consider? I think Consider. Welcome 5 new members of the Todd Squad. Appreciate it. Oh my god, it's a gifted sub! Ooh, I was wrong. I was wrong. They just have Corvold in their deck. Pioneer's greater than Modern. It's very fun, Bonaparte. Thanks for the gifted subs, man. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing good today. You forgot to give yourself a sub, though, bro. There it is. Give me that Prime. Prime Gamer. Let's go. I will take the Gust, I guess. All right, I'm going to main phase a Consider in case we find Thing in the Ice. I don't want the tapped lands. Untapped land's okay, though. And now we have Blink of an Eye and Aether Gust. They went and got Treasure Vault, which leads me to believe they have Corvold in hand, or they just really want to be able to go get something. Maybe I should have bounced this in response. Okay, they haven't used this yet, so I think I'm gonna bounce this before they can play it or use it. I haven't been in since Tandy and the crew were playing Warzone and you would come play. Oh, nice. I don't recognize the name, Bonaparte. Did you change it? I'm sorry if I'm wrong on that. Bonaparte, formerly known as... Oh, Weasel. What's up, baby? Or Jake from State Farm? Nice. All right, I'm gonna... Maybe I just play Crackling Drake. This walks into the Fatal Push, though, so I should have maybe killed the goose on their turn. Wow, Niv-Mizzet Parun, huh? That one's kind of cool. We'll block the kitty cat. You want to play Crackling Drake? Good. This deck's fucking awesome. Corvold. Alright. Alright, we'll gust this motherfucker. Treasure Cruise for 1. Found another gust and an opt. So we'll opt first. Bottom the land. Play this. Front side. Attack for 8. Hold up gust for Corvold. Next turn play Niv-Mizzet probably. And then kill them through the Corvold. I can also wait for the trigger on the stack. Although, so what does it say when you sack an artifact? Alright, so trigger on the stack will gust, so they have to sack something and don't get the card draw. Get out of my game! Can you imagine getting clowned this hard? Alright, well, they sacked Treasure Vault, chat. I think that's fine. Brought some new Pioneer Drip yesterday. It was sexy. Nice. What'd you buy? I want to know. Okay, so they killed themselves? They killed themselves. Perfect. Nice attack, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? 3-0. 6-0. I think I have to mulligan this one. I think it needs too much stuff, but maybe I should keep. They didn't reveal Companion. The Days and Doings already kind of a mulligan here. And the Expressive Iterations aren't good until I hit the third land or third turn. Maybe we'll keep. We're on the draw. We can opt and look for some lands. That's pretty funny draw. Although the bread on the Popeye chicken sandwich is surprisingly good. Okay, well, we might be dead, chat. Do I gamble? I can't gamble, right? I just gotta say go. They're probably Winota and they just threw their 1 mana confluence, but like, I wanted to kill this so bad, but then I can't cast opt. So I think I just play this as blue, opt, and try to find red to kill this next turn. Classic Winota, chat. Can never beat it. Popeyes is the worst of the chicken sandwiches? Dual Shark, you're crazy, man. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Guess we'll put it on top. We're probably dead, though, because we didn't draw red. But I think you have to keep, like, every land in this scenario. If they have Winota, I'm dead. If they have the 6-drop, we can maybe do some stuff. I still need a red source, so I can cast Expressive Iteration, though. Never had Popeyes, but you love Chick-fil-A? I would say that the Popeyes chicken sandwich transcends fast food. It's just a legitimately good sandwich. It's got good bread. It's butter toasted bread. The spicy sauce on the spicy one is legitimately tasty and legitimately spicy. It's just a good-ass sandwich. All right, let's go Thing in the Ice and say go. No, let's just kill the Selfless Spirit now. And then next turn, maybe we'll draw a 1 mana spell, and then we can Expressive Iteration into land 1 mana spell. That's the dream. That's the dream. Voice is okay. As long as they don't play their power-ups, I'm in good shape. You ever fuck with canes? Yeah, me and Callie used to eat canes like once a week when we lived in, shit. What do we take? I guess we take Consider to Hand, Bolt in the Grave, and then just hope we dodge for one turn. Dodge one turn, dealer. No Winota. Literally can beat any card except Winota here. Winota is just a pounding. Well, Erwin, I used Milo sauce on mine. Do you remember Milo's? Alright, so let's go Consider. They'll get a token, but that's okay. Do one in the graveyard. Kind of do one in the graveyard. Flame Blessed Bolts. Okay. Alright, so let's go... Guess we'll go... let's go Iteration. Let's go Iteration in hand. We'll shock for the Steam Vents and play a Narset. I thought about actually staggering the Awoken Horrors so that I could get 2 bounces. I didn't think I was going to win the game. I thought that they were just going to cast Winota and I was going to die. So... Oh yeah, Bivinson, they actually started selling their Milo sauce online, and Cal and I live in Virginia. Hey, speak of the devil. Hey, baby.
Hello, sis.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Love you.
Day going okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, well, they got some innkeepers. We got Narset and we got a Day's Undoing. They're going to go block, probably. Now if they go green-white and they play Voice, all right. Let's go. Let's attack first. I want to cast the Day's Undoing probably, so. Yeah, because it just zaps their hands, right? We lose our ability to Treasure Cruise next turn, but I think that's okay. I didn't have a land to play, or did I? I can't remember. I guess not. I feel like I would have played it. All right, that was actually still kind of scary, though, right? Still kind of scary. All right, let's bring in Anger, Blink of an Eye, Hullbreaker Horror, Mystical. We'll board out these big things that aren't Hullbreaker. The Day's Undoing stuff with Narset's okay-ish, but not great. I think we just got to rely on Anger and Treasure Cruise to get the job done. Blink of an Eye on Winota is fine. Aether Gust is great. Blink of an Eye is pretty bad against Cadillac, though. I want all the removal. Maybe I want Niv over the... Yeah, I'm actually going to keep Niv over the Narset. They have a lot of creatures that are 1/1s that can kill Narset, so I think in general Narset is not that good in the matchup. I'll keep this hand, but I don't think it's that good. If I draw a 1-mana removal, though, I'm in good shape. Now we have to main phase everything after they play a Voice Resurgence on 2. I don't think there's... Oh, wow, that's good. I guess that means they just have old Prosperous. All right, let's go for a Consider. We want to fill the graveyard. I don't need another Blink, I don't think. All right, we'll hold up Aether Gust. I don't really. I was thinking about actually blink of an eyeing the treasure token. He's probably gonna cast more than one spell a turn. Okay. We'll put Opt in the graveyard. Cantrips are much worse now. All right, we'll gust it. Next turn we'll bounce it. This isn't great though. We drew a lot of lands. This is kind of gross. This also dodges Anger of the Gods. Did they bottom the Winota? Wow, they did. All right, well, we're dead. All right, well, I'm going to bounce this with Kicker. Drew Niv. I don't know if that's enough to get me out of it. All right, we're going to take a bunch of damage from the Chariot over the next few turns. But we're going to play Niv next turn and hope it's good enough. Use that to kind of chop down all their little things. It doesn't matter. All right, so they're going to attack with 3 things, get 3 triggers, and we kind of hope they whiff, but it's kind of dumb to hope they whiff. Or 4 things, excuse me. So this will be our first game loss, maybe our first match loss. This is a tough matchup. Missed on the first one. Hit on the second. Okay. All right. If we had gotten the thing in the ice down earlier, we might have had a shot. We flooded out pretty bad on the first couple turns. I think we had 5 lands in our hand at one point. That's kind of gross. We'll keep this. I'll play Thing on 2. Op plus Blink on 3. Maybe some more interaction or Cruise on 4 or something like that. All right, well, we're going to play Thing in the Ice. It's probably going to get blasted since I led with this. They have, like, the Rending Volley or whatever. Not a whole lot I can do about it. I can't wait till turn 4 to play Blink of an Eye. It seems kind of loose. It'll field my Treasure Cruise, maybe. I hate this card. I hate that they can get access to mana that I can't do anything about. I don't mind playing against elves. I can kill elves. I'm going to bounce the token. Stone Rain you. Lol. Well, we can't kill it, right? So we have to bottom. It takes 2 spells to kill it. That's funny. This is a nightmare for me, actually. I think I'm gonna Flame Blast Bolt this thing, though, and then hold up Aether Gust. I do want to just keep pushing towards Treasure Cruise if I can. The good news is that if I just have some counter spells, the Eidolon in general gets slowed down a bit. They can't ever cast 2 spells in one turn. I don't think I want to bring in Raze the Effigy for the cat, because the Cadillac creates the 2/1/1 or the 2/2/2s, so it's kind of rough. So I can bounce this and then play Treasure Cruise. Or I can just blink of an eye the token. I think I'm going to bounce this and then play Cruise. That way if I play Cadillac, I have 1 turn unfettered. We'll draw that. Can't do it next turn, but maybe the turn after. Let's consider. I don't think I want that one. Maybe I do though. The problem is I can't cast anything this turn. I think I have to put it in the graveyard so I can cruise this turn. Then we'll play, I guess, Spirebluff. The second, this is not so good. I was hoping I would draw like a 1-mana thing to kill a cat, so they couldn't necessarily animate the chariot, but I'm just gonna die to Winota like usual. I just can't fucking stand this card, to be quite honest. These 2 cards are just so grossly overpowered. I hate them. Absolutely despise them. We were having a nice, fun, back and forth interactive game, and then they make 3 creatures for 4 mana, and then Winota just closes the door immediately. Can you imagine? It's banned in like every fucking format except for Pioneer. You could also just kill Winota. Yeah, I can count on one hand the number of 1 and 2 mana cards that can interact with Winota in a good way. And most of them are black. It's not really fair to have one color be the only way to interact with a Winota. It's just way too easy to assemble. I think the Parhelion stuff is kind of cool, honestly. Maybe it'll get old after a while, but... Perfect draw. Perfect draw. So they're playing Niv or some similar 5-color monstrosity. Lightning Axe kills it? Yeah, I said I could count on one hand, my brother. The Celestus. The Celestus chat. They've Celested us. Celestus us? Go ahead and look for a card. I already have Impulse, so I'll take another one in case I need to double tag the Niv-Mizzet. Like, if they just play Niv, I can go Opt, double Impulse, kill if I find a red source. I liked it too, Rishan. It was really smooth. Please don't have Abrupt Decay. Yeah, they're just going to tap out for some dum-dum. Bring to light. What are you going to go get? So I actually really want to hit a land off my Opt, assuming that they don't kill Thing in the ice. Valky? Fuck. We reset them with Daze? Yeah, that was going to be my plan. But this is a bit harder to beat. And now I wish I had my other interaction piece. Do I give him one turn with this? Or do I kill it with Flame Blast Bolts? I guess it's hard as shit to kill next turn. We'll bottom this one. I need a land. Didn't find a land. Unfortunate to consider. There's no better top deck? Yeah. We had a lot of ways to look for it, though. I agree. Having the answer there was nice. You're playing my thing in the ice. Oh, no. Any land chat? Any landlords in chats? All right, I'll take it. He's playing 60 or 80 card? 60. All right, Dreadbore. That's fine. Let's hope they don't play 3 more things. How about draw lands? We'll just say go. Our hand is so juiced, and the Days Undoing only resets their hand by like 2 cards, so 1 card now. And the Niv-Mizzet's actually pretty good. I could have, I guess, just burned an Expressive Iteration to burn it. Just another Bring to Light. Probably gonna go get Niv. Alright, so now I can go... Alright, so what did they hit? Nothing? They've hit a Vanishing Verse. It's a big boy, though. It's a big boy that's hard to kill. Let's see. I guess it doesn't really matter. My hand's kind of weak. I'm just going to throw it all back. I mean, I know it's not that weak. We have expressives and stuff. But this will make them discard a card, and it gives me some fresh looks at ways to kill this, which I don't have right now. Yeah, that's... Oh my god, I'm so bad. I just gave him 7 free cards. That was horrible, chat. Absolutely terrible play from me. Apologies. Apologies. The blinks are okay, I guess, but I don't know. I don't like them that much. We can maybe just get these 8 removal spells out. Horrible play, chat. Absolutely terrible. You know? I don't get it. We'll keep this one. Turn 2 thing, turn 3 expressive, try to hit land drop. Yeah, Rest in Peace looks like it would be good against me, but it's not that good. It's just good against Cruz, really. I love the Stormcarved Coast, honestly. I like that we're only playing 2 as well. Caryatid. Let's see, we have the Narset, so I guess we take Days Undoing, Play Spirebluff. This could be a combo wombo on 6. Celestos. Celestos. Graveyard. That's a good one to find. Were there Phoenixes? I know. I think the main deck Narset probably tipped them off, though. No matter what they do, if they tap out for a 5-er, we got them covered. Dispute plus untap Days Undoing. We'll return this and then... I think that's fine, right? Next turn we just cast the Days Undoing. No, I'll keep the other thing in the ice. It's pretty good. It's an extra thing they have to worry about. I wonder if they have Abrupt Decay, though. I think they would have killed Narset before I could minus it. Pretty good, huh? Pretty good, huh, chats? Not a bad turn. Dreadbore is okay. And now they're on empty, and we have a handful. We'll go ahead and transform our thing and start smashing in. Found another Mystical Dispute. That's pretty good. Don't really need another cruise. Attack for 7. We'll just discard, I don't know. Consider, I guess. I guess we can maybe pitch the land. We could probably find a land if we want it. We'll probably find it incidentally off the Expressive Iterations. Alright. That was a pretty sick game for us. Do I want the other Blink of an Eye just to give me more outs to things? I don't hate it. I don't really want to cut any of the other cards in my deck, though, so just chill. It's funny, Expressive Iteration is actually not that great in the matchup because we don't have removal spells in our deck anymore, so it's actually kind of hard for us to use all of our mana, or use all of our cards off Expressive if we don't hit a land. We'll keep this one. I'm not afraid to play the Opt or the Consider on turn 1. I know it's a thing for Thing in the Ice, but we just want to make sure we hit land drops. Alrighty. Don't Keratin me. Man, Keratin's so gross. I know Thing in the Ice is one of our easiest ways to interact, but we already have one, and I kind of need the land drop, so I think putting in the graveyard's right. I guess we maybe should have played Mountain, so the next turn we could Expressive. Maybe we Expressive next turn anyway. Ooh, I thought they were casting Thoughtseize. The Celestus? Unmoored Ego. Uh-oh. What are they going to name? Probably Narset? Yeah. Narset's a good name with Unmoored Ego. Alright, we really want to hit a 1-mana draw spell, but we've already drawn a couple, so this might be bad. Alright, so let's go Cruising hand, Stevens on bottom, consider. Then we'll play consider. We'll keep the thing in the ice in case they kill this one now that we have lands and things. I taught any more deets on the Patreon, or is this not the correct time to ask? Duffman, yeah, I started the Patreon yesterday, my friend. ! Patreon if you want to go take a peek. All right, let's go. Shock on this. Thing in the ice. I'm posting my articles up there, but it's a way for y'all to support me in another way if you'd like. Ooh, now I want to keep the Mystical Dispute since their land was tapped. If they go to kill this, I think I just let it happen so I can still dispute. Even though casting my thing would bounce this. Mystical Dispute's really good against this deck. They don't have a whole lot of recourse against it other than Thoughtseize. But yeah, definitely. We started the Patreon yesterday. I put an article on there yesterday as well. Maybe I should have bounced this in response. All right. If they kill this thing in the ice in response, I'm not too torn up about it. They could have done that at basically all points, which is why I didn't put too much stock in doing that. But now I can flip this one, attack for 7, and hold up Mystical Dispute. We'll keep the Drake. Drake's pretty good here. All right, we'll just discard Spirebluff Canal. What's up, Dungeon Master? Yo, did you change your name? You have a long-time sub and I don't recognize the name. Who were you before? Apologies if you've been like a Heidi sub for a while. I know that I didn't stream a lot last year, so I appreciate it. Do I even care? I think this is just fine. I think I just lose to a Bring to Light or whatever if I counter that. Now I can just play Crackling Drake with Counterspell up. I should have also cast the Opt, I think. Small mistake. This island. Can I spend my Todd Squad benefit on you telling me what I should play in Pioneer? Absolutely, Variance. Just message me on Patreon, and we'll set it up. I have to like create little flags for people whenever we do the one-on-one. I got to make sure that I get to everybody whenever they wanna. All right, we'll dispute this. And then hope they don't have an answer for this. And I'm just going to try to kill them. I need to hit like one thing. Wow, this sucks actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oh, baby. Hullbreaker Horror. Ah, the humanity. Niv-Mizzet Reborn. That one's fine. All right, so they have Bring to Light, Unmoored Ego. That's it. Okay. Okay. Is that good, or... Is that good, chat? Do you think our opponent can survive? 4-1. Great showing for our first run through with Izzet. Control. The old Days Undoing. Oh, yeah. All right, YouTube. That's the league with Days Undoing, Izzet Control. This build felt really strong. We only lost to Winota, and I said in the beginning that Winota was going to be a soft spot because our removal can't kill it, except for Blink of an Eye and Aether Gust out of the sideboard. We have trouble dealing with Cadillac, aka Essica's Chariot, but the deck ran smoothly. Thing in the Ice was excellent. All the sideboard cards came up in some form or fashion. Blink of an Eye felt way better than I thought it was going to be on first go. One thing you might want to do is just sideboard some 1-mana red spells that can kill Winota. That might be our easiest way to potentially win that matchup, because Thing in the Ice is really good, but we just need some way to stop Winota proper. And Aether Gust doesn't quite do it because they can just do it again on the following turn, and our deck doesn't actually work that quickly against them. With that said, the Narset Parters Avails plus Days Undoing combo isn't that great against them either. It's kind of hard to stick Narset early without them threatening to just attack it down with a couple of 1/1s and 2/2s that they play on the first few turns. Usually Narset's going to be good against the slow decks, the control decks, the combo decks. Obviously with Days Undoing, it's a powerful combo. One thing I might want to do actually is trim an Expressive Iteration. I know that might sound weird, but it was kind of gumming up my hand a bunch, and we had Days Undoing and Treasure Cruise, and I felt like I had too much card draw. Maybe we should trim a Treasure Cruise for some other Delve spell like the Time Walk decks used to do in Izzet Phoenix. Maybe that's something to look into. But great showing with the deck. Looking forward to playing with it more. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button at the bottom. We're trying to build up to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube so that we can monetize. So if you like the video, if you like Pioneer, if you like my content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And I appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.